Hello and welcome to Monday Night Mashup. I'm Finn Carlin.
And I'm Devin Giacomini.
President Trump announced on Sunday that ISIS leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi is dead. The terrorist group leader blew himself up after a 2-night-hour raid in Syria. 8 helicopters started the operation at 5 p.m. on Saturday and worked quickly. He declared himself leader of the group in Iraq and Syria in 2014 and was one of the most wanted terrorists in the world.
California wildfires are forcing thousands of people to evacuate their homes. Governor Gavin Newsom declared a state of emergency on Sunday as firefighters struggle to keep the 2 fires under control. In Northern California, over 180,000 people are in evacuation zones near the Kincaid fire. The Tick fire in Southern California has destroyed 22 structures and is threatening 10,000 more.
A Connecticut canine unit found 420 pounds of marijuana in a stopped truck. The 4 canines were called in when the U-Haul truck was stopped on Friday heading down the highway. The truck's drivers, 2 23-year-old suspects, have been arrested with possession and intent to sell. They are on bail for $100,000 and remain in jail today. Their court date set for later this week.
A Texas police officer mistakenly shot his son on Saturday in his own home. The DeSoto cop was off duty when he shot his son, thinking he was an intruder. Dispatchers received a call around 6 p.m. from the cop reporting the incident. When police arrived, the son was bleeding from his arm and went to the hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. After the break, we will have your latest South Carolina news.
In South Carolina state news, the South Carolina Department of Health is being sued for the death of a 35-year-old patient. Earlier this year, the patient at Bryan Psychiatric Hospital was suffocated under a dog pile of staffers. The hospital staffers were violating their own training and being sued for medical malpractice. Details from a video of the incident show at least 3 of the employees participating in the suffocation.
A former South Carolina police chief is accused of taking money during arrests. The Orangeburg chief is arrested for stealing thousands of dollars from evidence. The claims say he failed to account for close to $5,000 that was seized. Investigators with SLED found an evidence bag in his police car earlier this year and have charged him this weekend.
And for your local news, President Trump's visit to Benedict College was met with protesters and cheers. The criminal justice event on Friday was billed as a bipartisan event, but was not a unified effort from the public. Students from Benedict were also among the crowd, and many disagreed with the visit. Although the protesters and supporters were arguing, the event never got violent.
Columbia residents are calling for the return of benches in the Vista for the homeless. Calls are being placed to city councils to bring awareness to the homeless issue in the city's business district. Residents say the removal of benches is discriminatory against the homeless population in the city. The city spent only $1 million on homelessness services compared to over $20 million for police. When we come back, we'll have your latest weather report.
Welcome back to Monday Night Mashup. We're here with our weatherman, Bryce Glenn. Bryce, what's it look like for the week?
That's a great question, Finn. Actually, we have some rain coming in for the middle of the week this week with some varying temperatures throughout the week. But those temperatures are going to drop down to a nice chilly weekend for a cool and clear game day. But as of today, the highs in Carolina were around 78 in Greenville, 79 in Rock Hill, and 79 as well in Greenwood. Further down south here in Columbia, we were at 82 and 83 in Florence and 81 in Aiken. A little bit further down in Sumter, we were at 82 and 82 in Orangeburg as well. Then along the coast here, we were at 77 in Myrtle Beach, 81 in Charleston, and 79 in Hilton Head. Now, this is that temperature trend I was talking about. Tomorrow and Wednesday, we're going to be right below the average of 76 at 75 degrees. Then we're going to jump up to 83 by Thursday. Then we're going to jump right down to 73 on Friday, a little bit below average, but that's when that cold front's hitting, and we're going to jump all the way down to 68 on Saturday, then 64 on Sunday. Now, for our weather this week, like I was saying, Tuesday, we're going to have some showers likely at 75 degrees. Wednesday, not any different, 75 degrees and some possible rain. Thursday, we'll have a chance of thunderstorms actually at 83 degrees. And this is where we're going to see that big drop in temperature. It's going to be 73 degrees, mostly cloudy on Friday, and then we're going to have a low of 46. On Saturday, it's going to be clear and cool at 68 with a low of 45. And on Sunday, we're going to have a high of 64, mostly sunny with a low of 43.
All right, sounds excellent, Bryce. I'm sure it'll be a nice cool day for tailgating on Saturday with that 7:30
Absolutely.
kickoff.
And when we get back, we'll hear from sports.
Good evening. Welcome back to Monday Night Mashup. I'm Savannah Morris. Saturday evening at Neyland Stadium ended with the South Carolina loss over conference opponent Tennessee. USC led the first play of the game with a 75-yard touchdown after freshman quarterback Ryan Helinski found junior wide receiver Shi Smith over the middle. The Gamecocks held the Volunteers 7-0 until the second quarter. Tennessee wide receiver Marquez Callaway ran his third career punt return for a touchdown, putting the Vols ahead 10-7. Carolina's senior running backs Mon Desson and Tavion Feaster scored, giving the Gamecocks a 21-17 lead until their defense didn't hold up in the second half. The scoring finished when the Vols blocked punter Joseph Charleston and recovered the ball in the end zone with 11 minutes left. Tennessee took the 41-21 victory, leaving South Carolina 2-4 in the SEC Conference. This weekend, the Gamecocks will take on the Vanderbilt Commodores at Williams-Brice for homecoming. Thank you for tuning in to this edition of Sports on Monday Night Mashup. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Thank you all for watching tonight's show.
Make sure to follow us on Twitter at SGTV News 4.
Tune in to Monday Night Mashup every Monday night at 7. For SGTV News 4, I'm Savannah Morris.
I'm Bryce Glenn.
I'm Devin Giacomini.
And I'm Finn Carlin. Have a great week, Carolina. Forever to thee.